Afternoon, Roger.
How's it finally? How's it?
All right, and you?
All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad, to be honest.
Yeah, the pound caused me another issue. Bloody.
Maybe I shouldn't have sent it out. With the jobless claims coming out, I thought it might be in our favor. It didn't. Maybe I shouldn't, looking back in hindsight, but it was technically correct. To me, it was overcooked, come down, and unfortunately not. And I think it just tapped the stop loss and then came off again. So it was disappointing. And in hindsight, I shouldn't have, but then again, we missed the trade. I wish I had, that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to leave the dollar alone now until Monday. Unless you come up with a better idea or somebody in the trading room comes up with a better idea, I think it's just giving me too much chip. But back down to 105. It's nah, with me. Yeah, I hear you.
No, because it knocked it at 404 and then it popped back and it's now running at 122.1. Yeah, it's difficult. Funny.
Coming up here, I thought that would hold. I thought after all this movement up, it was extremely overcooked, as you can see. I thought this would hold, a good idea for a pullback. And it was starting to pull back. It was coming right. And then, unfortunately, the jobless was better than expected. And what was the other one again? I think it was a PCE. Yeah, the PCE was slightly better than expected as well. I think just leave the thing alone. And then we've got non-farms tomorrow. So we'll concentrate on other stuff. But I think we'll avoid the dollar for the moment. It's I'm a bit disappointed on that. Yeah, I should maybe I shouldn't have sent it out with a dollar, but I thought it's recovery stage coming in. But I say it's in hindsight. If I hadn't shot the right way, I'd have regretted it anyway. So that's why I keep going back. It is frustrating, but it's vital to get that position sizing right. It's vital, and that's why if it does happen, you live to fight another day.
No, you're right. Thanks, Rog. Looking forward for a nice session.
Yeah. As I say, taking all right. Yeah, I probably was disappointed in that. So I'm glad you actually asked to get it out there. Because nobody wants to send out a trade that doesn't work, and especially had such a great track record. But that one, looking back, maybe I don't know. But to say, one guy called me up actually, and he said to me that what was wrong. It's actually a guy from Botswana, actually. And I said, it's not your fault. It's the fundamentals are interfering. So I think we just stay clear of the dollar and not get clever with it until all dust settled by Monday, I think. But we'll look at it again. Yeah, we're all emotional. Maybe we might see an opportunity once we calm down a bit. Okay. Anyway, good afternoon, guys. Thanks. It's 4 o'clock. We can get started. Great stuff. Thanks for that, Fanny. Right, where are we? Yeah. We're not doing well at the moment. So even now, the dollar strength again, the gold's gone up. I think it's going to attack 2,000. It might have stopped yard actually. So it's not a pretty day trying to play around with the gold and the dollar at the moment. Okay, so big as it may, that's the way it is. Okay, NGAS is, what's NGAS doing? That's slow. NGAS is up a bit. Well, that's all right. We're actually up in NGAS. Oh, that's all right. Got it at 6.915, I think it was, and it's just over 7 at the moment. At least that's looking okay. Yeah, we've had a good run, and to say, however long you've been trading, you know, it always knocks you when you get a wrong one, and it's very difficult not to take it personally. But that being as it may, even though you know you're going to fall off the horse some stage, you're going to be a horse rider, you know it's going to happen, but it's still not a nice thing to happen. Anyway, whatever, we'll have to move on. Well, thank you, Zeph. Indeed, it is indeed. That's a bit of good news for you. Yeah, absolutely. S&P is a bit iffy. The Nasdaq came off and jumping around, so even the S&P might. We'll see what happens on opening, but I'm not that confident with this jumping around at all. What's the S&P? It's up a little bit. It was doing well earlier on. Look at this indecision. Now it's decided to pop up, but we'll see what happens. I think it's going to just be a little bit careful over the next day or so. Yeah. But I mean, I'm glad you did into the GBP yesterday. I'll tell you why, Steph. I'm sorry for your bank account, but I'm pleased for myself and the others because you went in and you're not an idiot. You've been trading for a while. You know what's going on. And you saw the likelihood of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have taken it. So clearly, I saw the likelihood of it. And that's why we have stopped position sizing, because things can happen out there which can be a little bit on the strange. Although, having said that, I suppose you get good figures and it's going to knock it around a bit. But anyway, that being said, maybe we've reminisced or recriminated enough. Let's move on. Okay. Oh, yeah, the FTSE. The FTSE probably have gone up because they tend to follow the American markets. FTSE. No, it's not doing too bad, is it? Well, that's all right. FTSE is actually doing okay. That was you, actually. That was John Williams. Okay, beg your pardon. Yeah, so that's about just under 20 pips in profit, excluding the spread. So at least that's doing okay. That one's a bit disappointing. It seemed to be coming right. CHF JPY. It came back and attacked the 144. And God, this is not going to be my day. In fact, since Wednesday, this has not been my second day. And then luckily it held. Hoped it would. Around the 144 mark. There it is, bang on the round figure. See how it works, you know, often, well, not always. You can see it didn't work there. But often it does an area of where people take their profit or start tracking the buyers. Anyway, that's in a profit at the moment. We got in at 50, that's 80, with 30 pips in profit. What do you think? Should we move our stop to entry at 50, 30 pips away, or things a bit soon? I'd hate to see it go flying up and then it pops back, stops you out and flies up. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a bit soon. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. If you can stay above 144.80, maybe we should move the stop just to protect. Okay. Yeah. Feel a bit of, thanks for that, Seth. A bit of support. You know, it's quite a bit of responsibility on the host here because, you know, people expect of you and I want to deliver. And when that happens, it's not nice, you know what I mean? But it just shows a care anyway. Right, okay, we looked at a couple of those now. GBP is now coming off. I think it's coming off now. I still think it's going to come off. I think it's totally overcooked, but I wouldn't chase it again now. Bird of fingers, let it get below here. Let's see what happens on the non-farm before I play around with it again. Not so much the GBP, I'm talking the dollar more than anything else. Yeah, I'm losing a bit of confidence. Yeah, oh, you closed it, did you? Fair enough. I'm losing a little bit of confidence in what's happening. The market's jumping around to get too cute with it at the moment. But at least the FTSE is doing okay. But I'm hanging on to my S&P. It might come right. We'll just see. Okay, right. 105. It came back to it. It has a bit of a bounce. Maybe we'll get a bounce on the dollar. So maybe it'll start to look better, which will reflect on the shares as well, coming off because we're negative, and of course the indices. Okay, not much to add on that. What else we've got on this damn economic front? Got it coming up thick and fast this last couple of days, eh? 5 o'clock is the PMI in the US, so that's another one. You got it 70. We haven't said we gone long or short there, Brady. Whoa. I've been looking at the dollar. I haven't been looking at the rand. Yo. I be honest, I haven't been looking at the rand. Look at everything else but the rand. Wow, guys with dollar accounts are smiling. Well, it doesn't really matter because they're in dollars anyway, so I should be smiling. Rand probably nothing to do with them. Wow, we're on the daily. It's taken this out. It's come back. I think I hate to say close it and it goes on up. So I'm very reluctant to say close it, but I don't think it's wrong to be 40 pips in profit and close it. But maybe what you can do, let's look at a shorter term chart. It still is coming off a bit. Maybe put a stop in there. If it comes off there, or take it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw the ball back in your court, my friend. I hate, and I think you'll understand what I'm saying. I hate to say, yeah, get out, and the thing shoots up. Mark's not here at the moment, might join later. And I think it was on Netflix, I think it was. I think, yeah, it could be a bit of, I don't know, down or ups. I can't remember what happened. I think it's a bit overcooked one way or the other. And he took that advice and it went streaming in this direction. So we're still friends, at least I hope we are, but bit sort of taste. So I think I'll leave that in your court. You can either close it, it's coming off a bit, or modify a stop to maybe 1770, and maybe it bounces back up again. Did it get to 18? Yes, it did. Well, not quite, but nearly. It might get a bit of profit-taking pullback. So I'll leave it. Whatever you do, modify that damn stop. For goodness sake, don't take a loss of it, whatever you do. Otherwise, I'll send Zeph out to you. You have never met him. He's 6'6" and one of the top operators in the special forces. So if you take a loss, I'll send him after you. Sorry, Zeph, I'm only kidding. But yeah, but seriously, don't take a loss. That really would spoil my day. President's news on Pulla. Okay. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so I think that, but it's the forum, guys. Like Brady just said, interact. I'll bring my Chihuahua. Yeah, so that's the phonetic spelling. It's a place in Mexico, a little town in Mexico, which is not that easy to spell. That dog we're talking about here. Not, I hope you haven't got one because I'm not that fond of tiny dogs. That's don't dislike them. I like animals, but I wouldn't adopt one. I was thinking of something like some sort of cute female film star sort of holding their arms all day. Okay, yeah, so, wow, man, you really shut up, hasn't it? So there we are. Okay, we'll see what next install brings out as we go along. Yeah, we've gone over the couple of trades. Let's just CHF. I'm just still debating whether we should modify the stop. Much to myself as anything else. Come off a bit. I'm going to hold 5. But if you want to move your stop to entry, you can make your choice. Okay. Right. You got a bit nervous the FTSE closed. Well, you should have got in theory a profit. I hope you did anyway. That's the main thing. I mean, yeah. 1 rand profits are better than a loss. That's the best way to look at it, I suppose. State the obvious a bit, but still, it's all about psychological. Okay, where's this CAD JPY going? Just can't get it. We talked about this morning. Can't get any legs. Guys are a bit doubtful on it. I think maybe it's still trying to get here. It might get there for a bounce. So maybe we should be a little bit more patient and see if we can get that for a buy. I think it'll attract a lot of buyers at that level. Just see if we can do that because it's seriously overcooked, oversold, or whatever you want to use the expression. But yeah, if we miss, we miss. We'll see. But I'll be honest with you, Mr. Zulu. I call you Nkosi if you don't mind. A bit easier for me to pronounce. I'm sorry about that. But I wouldn't blame yourself. If you're a bit nervous, I think we all are. I'm a bit nervous, damn thing. I mean, as I say, over the past while, but I'll talk about the last month or two. I've been able to talk since the time where we've really got the trading WhatsApp group going. Overwhelmingly, there've been winning trades. So I've got maybe a bit relaxed and got used to it. Just to realize, you know, just one of those things. You're not going to win all the time. Okay, because that's great. So, yeah, there's a couple of things are going wrong. A lot of people say, what am I doing wrong? Well, might be, but along the volumes, the market's not a lot wrong. It just happens the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, and you probably gathered by now, I take it on board if it doesn't work well on one of my signals. So clean up the someone out. There's nothing good. You can trust me on that. And so we can work basically on stuff where we control the things we can and don't get too cute things we can't. Don't know anyone follows golf, never heard of a Zimbabwean golfer called Nicky Price, who's going back in the 90s, world number one at one stage. And he was asked once, he says, I'm trying the impossible. I'm trying to control an uncontrollable game. But he did very well out of it. So that's the main thing. So control or not, you are doing well out of it. And if the mistakes are made, if you learn nearly always holding on without stop losses at incorrect volumes. So it'll be like that, like a stuck pig ramming it through to you, because that is really, we can't control that. Don't try and be a millionaire in 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, it's too good. I mean, I wouldn't have gone out. That's when you get out a little bit early, that's when nerves come. And you'll do it, Andy. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. I still do it. There are times when it just bloody well happens. I bet Zeph does as well. There are times when we're not uncomfortable and do it. And then you think, why did I do that? Because it shoots off in the right direction. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But anyway, that's fine. I still like the trade, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, thank you, John. I don't think you're here at the moment, but thank you anyway. Right, Roger, what I have realized that if the DIX is on a downtrend, even the news comes out positive, it still comes down for about an hour or so. Yeah, I must admit, yes, absolutely, Zeph. It's not the quickest to respond. I mean, I'll give you just to embroider on that. You know, when you look at this on-farm payroll, it's coming at 3:30 as at the moment, Harper State, New York time. And let's say it comes out better or worse than expected. You'll see, let's have the euro dollar or something like that. And you'll suddenly see an immediate jump. But you're quite right. It seems to take some time to filter through to the, whatchamacallit. Okay. Sorry, something else came up down the screen. Yeah. It takes a bit, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to filter through to the DXY. It's like almost delayed. Yeah. But I think we're starting to get a bounce. Okay. Well, guys, a bit fed up with the GBP one. Because I do, you know, I'm not God. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Just reply to him. Same in the TR, so we can check later. Okay. And what they do then, they put up somebody else saying, well, maybe we should be going one more way, but that was a decision made, so that's the way it is. Okay, an uptrend that pushes crazy. Yeah, as I said before, when it's difficult in trading when you follow the smart money, and the smart money is a bit indecisive and not sure. That's why you get these sort of nervous twitches, like nervous up and downs, etc., and overreactions. It means it's even the smart money is a little bit on the nervous side, for a better way of putting it. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, great. As I say, interact, guys, and the people interact. I can clearly work with them. If you don't and don't answer your question, I'm afraid I can't read the mind, so don't be nervous. If you're not sure of something, ask. And if I don't know, I'll say so. Maybe the other guys will know, or I'll try and put you in the right direction. Okay. This is where we try to work together, sort of like a team, if you like. So we're all on the same side. We're all together mounting sort of a special force of Marines to attack the enemy, which is the market, to overcome it. Carried away here, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, where was I? I see Brent's still going up. Is anybody still in Brent, or have you all taken profit? Okay, Jared, I don't know what price you got in, because you got to tell me. I mean, I assume you got in at the trading room or the signal price, and I find after they got out and got back in again at 87.50, and I put the stop up, and then hang on a minute, it's the wrong place. So you've taken, okay. So if you got in at 84, like you should have done, I don't know where your stop is, but protect yourself. Maybe put it up at maybe $1 behind this guy here, or maybe at 87 or something. But okay, Peter is still in. Oh, well, bloody done. I like it. Well, bloody done. Okay, modify the stop. Very difficult way, because you might pull back $1, then shoot, stop you out and go up to 90 plus. Where's the TP on it? Lost it. Give me a second. I should have a TP down somewhere. Where did I have it down? Brent, come to me, Brent. 90.39. So yeah, seem to be likely heading that direction. So, you know, see if we can squeeze some more out of it. You know, run with the winners, they say, and cut the losses, but not the other way around like most people do. Yeah, so it seems to be trying to get up there, but a bit of resistance here. So Petro, you know, just maybe modify your stop, okay? Well, that happens, Steph, you know, and kick yourself afterwards, but you wouldn't have kicked yourself if you hadn't entered out in the pound dollar. Then you'd been pleased as punch. It happens, easy in hindsight. We all do that. Ah, Solly's coming. I'm going to ask him. All right. Okay, so not too close. Certainly not 88. It's too close. You get stopped out. Either 87.50 or maybe 87, something like that. But it's up to you. Okay. Oh, you missed it, yeah. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, there's going to be buses you miss and buses you hopped on, but which the hell you had hopped on. That is unfortunately life. And before I forget, I've seen Solly's just joined. Just a second, let Marius in. Sorry, Solly, I didn't upload you yesterday because I found on a WhatsApp, I only had you down as Solly. And Solly is not exactly an unusual name. So I didn't know which Solly you are. So I'm sorry about that. So can I ask you a favor? Can you just WhatsApp me your full names and your real account ID, and then I'll upload you, okay, to my QT group. Okay, sorry about that. That's why I didn't do it. Okay, going to mention it this morning, but you're on. So I see you came on now. So if you just do that, and I'll upload you. But I just had you on the solid, so I couldn't. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, where were we? Okay, yeah. There are times, you know, we haven't got to pat you on the back when you're doing well, but there are times you need some moral support when it doesn't go so well. And never mind you, I need it as well. So you're going to be, I'm not just going to be your therapist, you're going to be my therapist at times as well. Yeah. Good afternoon, Solly. Yeah, did you get that? Yeah, you can just WhatsApp. You got my WhatsApp number, your full names and real account ID, and then I'll upload you. Okay, hope you got that. Okay, yeah, one of those things. All right. Yeah. You don't. You don't. Right. Anybody there in that trading room as we speak at the moment? And Cozy says, how do you remove the nerves from trading? Anybody managed to do that? Don't say get a robot. We don't have robots here anyway. But anybody there say they can honestly speak to themselves, they trade without nerves. If they do, I'd like to meet you, because I sure as hell been doing this for about 20 years and I still get the butterflies. So good luck. You see, the problem with trading is it's so transparent. Okay, sorry, it's so transparent. How's that a problem? Because it's in your face. If you put up a trade idea up, I'll stop waffling. Sorry about that. I'm just going over the stuff in the meantime to get a trade, because I can't find it at the moment. I'm a little bit shell-shocked with this dollar, to be honest, but we'll overcome. Absolutely, it's part of being human. It's written into our nervous system, is to be nervous. Take some rescue tablets, I like it. Please like you, Anne-Marie. Nice one. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, that's right, transparency. I always use like a house. You know, let's say you own a house. You don't know over the last month whether the value of your house has gone up or down. And it could have gone up, let's say 5 grand or 10 grand in the last week, or up or down. You don't know, so you don't worry about it. It's not in your face. The trouble with transparency of this, it's in your face. Every single cent is right there staring at you. And it does play havoc on the nerves. Probably the best thing to do is just maybe to hide like I've done. Hide it and then sort of just occasionally like go after to see if it's okay, and know you got your strategy and your SL protect you and your volumes are correct. That's about the best I can come up with. But yeah, everyone says you got to control those emotions. Yeah, sure. That's a bit of a glib comment. If I come and jump on your feet, you don't control your emotions. You're going to go and buddy give me a slop crop. You know what I'm saying? What's that for, Warren? I've got your details. Okay. Actually, as a matter of fact, you might be losing this. I spoke to a lady, was it yesterday? I think it was. And I said she couldn't do anything about it. She was on her laptop. So I said, want to get on your phone and your mobile? And I quite like the answer she came up with. She said, I didn't on purpose, because if I keep staring all the time, I'll do daft things. So I decided not to. I thought it's not a bad answer, actually. I never thought of it that way. So I'm sharing it with you. So it's not a bad answer, that. I'm sorry, Warren, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. That's your cell number. I can't until I have the full details on the person. He's got a count, he's got 2.5 grand or more, and he's trading with Quick Trade, well, obviously through Quick Trade, and I've got to check it out. I need his details. I can't just add him without knowing who he is and what. Guys up their accounts to get a member of that group, so I'm not going to put him as a member, unfortunately, till I've checked his banks. His balance of 2,500 or above, 2,500 or above. Okay. Otherwise, I'll do it with pleasure. Absolutely. In fact, don't do it on the chat line here. That's for everybody. Just WhatsApp me privately on that factor. Okay. Yeah, and unless the person who looks like Liz Hurley and thinks I'm wonderful, then I'll upload it with no money in the account. Only joking. Right. Where are I? Okay, got it. Hope that's all clear, Warren. Okay. Chart, so you want to? Well, no, well, I can't, because that's what I do. So I've got to be in front of the thing. No, I mean, you can move a lot. You might miss an opportunities. I'm saying don't have to stare at it all the time. But you know, maybe every 20 minutes. I don't know, because I'm staring at the thing all the time myself. I won't cut it. You've got to have 2.5 grand. So if you're up to 2.5 grand, you can become a member. Okay. I'm horrible feeling you might be right. That's coming up. It's a good point. Give another couple minutes, we'll switch over. What's the NAS doing? We're still hovering around the 12 grand. It's not like 12.1, 12.2. But I think it's going to be anybody's guess at what it owns at the moment. What's the dollar doing? Anything happening there? That's now slightly below 105. You might have a point. Well, it depends how it opens and depends on the situation. You got your strategy. You might not hit the stop. It might go up and then come off. Don't forget, you can't touch the moment. The market's not open. You can touch the market's open. Depends what opens at. While we're waiting, let's got the Nasdaq on 15. Just to mention, not sure everyone understands this. What the hell's happening here? That can't be right. That's better. Okay. A stop loss or a TP is purely a buy or sell order. So the market or the shops closed basically. You know, you can't modify it, change it, add to it, do anything because the shop's closed. You can't go in a Pick and Pay when the shop's closed and buy or sell stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not so much there, but anyway, you get my point. So it's purely a buy and sell order. So let's say the share. Let's do I'll do this one. GS, what's that? Goldman Sachs, right? Let's say your stop loss was here, right? Where my cross areas. If it opens at 4:30, and you're going short, by the way. If it opens at 4:30 up there, that stop loss won't be triggered because there's no buyers or sellers at that level. Remember, if you're going short, the stop loss and the TP will be a buy. So there's no buyers to take it off you at that level because it opened up there. Then the buyers are coming in, they'll take it off there. So if you say, hang on a minute, we stop at 386 and it kicked me out at 388 because there was no buyers there. It's like saying my house is worth £1 million. It's only worth £1 million in my head until somebody gives me £1 million. Get the idea. Well, it's only 4 minutes time. Hope everyone's clear on that. And they call that slippage, by the way. If it doesn't get you out of the stock, there's no buyers or sellers. Now, remember, we only deal with highly liquid products. These shares, these indices, these Forex commodities, millions of people trade. Liquidity is there. The liquidity is not there when the shop is closed, when the market's closed. So you can't. So, just so in future, if you know what I mean? If you're going short, it opened up there, well, that's it, because that's when the buyers and sellers were coming in. Hope that's all clear. One thing about trying to get a background what's happening, you get too fixated on watching a line go up and down to make a buck without see what's going on behind the scenes, if you like. Yeah, I know. Maybe I should mention it. Actually, in closing, I think I will. I know IG Markets has, which you pay for, my friend. And yeah, it's like an insurance premium. You pay for it, but to be honest, it doesn't happen that often. Maybe on shares because of the opening and closing, I get that. But the other stuff goes round the clock. Except you could open up, even Forex can open up a different. Let's say you're in a Forex pair on the weekend and a bomb goes off, I don't know, something drastic happens. You could open up higher or lower than your stop loss. You get the idea. But yeah, maybe I should make a point here. Maybe I can ask about it. Let's see if they want to go for it. SL guarantee. But if you do, you'll have that option like IG Markets, guarantee. What's the word for it? Guarantee premium. But as I say, you will be charged for it. It's like an insurance premium. Just bear that in mind. And it doesn't happen that often. You might not think it's worth it. Before I came to Quick Trade, I used to be with IG, and I never used it actually, to be honest. And I didn't find it affected me that much. It doesn't happen that often. I just make you aware. But only trouble is it might on shares. I take your point. Okay, it's just coming up at past. That I didn't know, Maris. That's why I like a trading room. I did not know that. That's a rumor he might resign. Well, I don't know, that the mainstream media is full of rumors, and I'd rather find out what the facts are. But that's interesting. Who the hell's going to replace him? That's the problem. Sometimes the devil you got, My problem is,
that was why I mentioned Pula, because it seems that they want to put him in a state of what is the word that I'm looking for? And then the rumors is that he will resign either today or tomorrow.
Wow, I didn't know what you meant by that. I thought you talked about Pula as in the Botswana currency. I didn't know. Okay, I'm with you now. I must admit, I missed that. I've got Business Day up in front of me, actually. I should have checked it, because all these stuff are going on. Let's have a look. Oh, assuming Pala, Cyril Ramaphosa's worst nightmare. Subscribe to it. Been playing everything else, and it's minimized on my other screen there. You can check that out. Beg your pardon. Well, I've had a busy day. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Past is about to come up, so go back to the NAS. And we can check the other stuff. Wow, that would be affecting the markets. I don't think it'll be positive either. To say, for all his problems, he's better than a lot of the other stuff, because there's such a culture at those high levels of corruption that I'm not sure they think there's anything wrong with it. I don't know. I haven't met many of them, but I get the impression that they'll say whatever is expedient. Anyway, it's news to me as well, Kearney, so I can't help you on that.
Yes, it's impeachment. That's what I was looking for, the word.
Okay. Repeat. What?
Impeachment.
Oh, impeachment.
Yes, they reckon he will be the first president in Africa.
Oh, right. There's cash on his farm thing. Oh, I get it now. Oh, I get it. See what you mean now, yeah. Well, I haven't had the radio on already again. Constant markets, calls, TRs, looking at stuff. So I do beg your pardon. Happens sometimes. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting. My major worry was who the hell would I pick out of that lot? There's a couple of guys, not members of ANC, I'd pick, but and I know there's a lot of good guys in the ANC, but if you're not part of the swamp, called the swamp in America, a similar setup. If you're not part of the swamp, I don't think they'll pick him. They want to keep this club going, if you like, and it's not a great one. It's interesting is a big word. Well, then I say maybe that's something to do with that expectation with Iran. It's a bit of a hefty jump, very hefty. Yeah, Jared, yeah. Okay, let's have a look, see what's happening. What was that one again? Losing the thread now. Completely forgotten. Mine's completely gone around the proposal. What we're talking about now. Completely forgot what the bloody share is now. So it just jumped from my mind. Where is it now? Not Microsoft. Maybe we can get some bargains here. That's a good point. Let's look at some shares for some bargains. LUV, that's right. Yeah, looks like we've got stopped out here. No, 41.20. But yeah, it's opened up, yeah. And it's technically that's the problem. That's why I looked for the short. I thought that would hold. The market might come off. Now it's opened up today. Look at that gap there. It's opened up higher than closed yesterday. It's now gone to the buy zone. It's got another, you can take it if you want, the loss you want, but I'm going to stick with it. I've got my stop at 41.20. It might pull back. Okay, we'll see anyway. Giving some jip, this, isn't it? I think we'll wait till it settles down to Monday, but I think we might be able to get some bargains here. That seems to be hovering still. But it's come off a bit. Well, there we are. But I think we stopped out anyway. Apple jumped up. I think hopefully you guys took profit on that already. You're probably out now and taking profit. I don't think any of you will still be in it. You shouldn't be anyway. You should take your profit. And now, yeah, I think we might get some bargains, but I wouldn't go flying into it right now. We've got another one coming out at 5. Got non-farms tomorrow. Don't get cute. Try to get cute a couple of times and see the backfire. We might miss out. We might scream off as figures come out in a favor of a short. But yeah, I think we might get some bargains where we can start looking to short again, because I still don't think the problems are over with, far from it. Yeah, gold, unfortunately, got to 1800 in the end. Thought it might be about that. Anyway, where are we? Microsoft. There we are, looking like it's setting itself up for another one. We might have another go at that. I'm not keen now, to be honest. That's fair enough. NGAS, at least that's up. Okay, Mr. Luke, NGAS is up. So at least that's going okay. No, it's tempting to look at Microsoft to come off, but there's no sellers at the moment. Looks like I might get a better price. Might even come up right up here and we can sell it down again. Okay, we'll have a look at that. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. We've still got problems. So I still think short the rally, but we shall see. And look at this. And now it's not really getting going, is it? It's been open now only about 4 minutes. Okay, give it a chance. But it seems to be, anyway, we'll come back to it. Okay, so anything else you want to look at in the meantime? The Dow. Okay, don't know what sort of money you got. I always mention people like the Dow. You need about at least 8 grand, maybe more in your account. It is quite volatile. And remember, check contract, left click, right click, go to specifications. Look, it's coming off now. And it says 10. Now, this is 34,500 with a contract size of 10. Gold is 1,800, also contract size of 10. So you've got to remember 0.01 is a much bigger position, and that's the smallest. 1 micron here, the smallest position you take, is much bigger than 1 micron gold, because the figure is 20 times the size of gold. You get the idea. So just be aware of that. Now, if you want to do the Dow, which is coming off nicely now, let's say you wanted to short it. Put on a day to get more idea there. Let's put this down here. You probably want to make it a weekly so you get some more information. Maybe get a stop up here somewhere like that. That's far too far. It's $57. Maybe put a little bit lower. You need something about a $40 stop. We're talking here about 700 Rand for 1 micro risk. then you start looking at about 10 grand or even more. Just remember that. Obviously, I don't know how much money you got in Cozy, but if you got 2 or 3 grand, leave the Dow, leave the Nasdaq alone. You haven't got enough money in there to cope with the enormous movements that's come up. That's my suggestion. Do what you like, but that's just my suggestion. And I find a lot of too many guys in small accounts are playing with the NAS, and they're getting margin called and not happy chappy. Let's go give an example. Let's go back to the NAS. Go to the 15 minutes. It only opened about, let's go to 5 minutes. It's only been open 6 minutes, and it's already jumped 60 pips. It's only been open a couple of minutes or so. You must know that. Oh, how do I calculate? So, yeah. Right. What I do is, I can't really see much on that, so I'll maybe zoom in a bit, and I'll put it above the low, above the previous highs. So there's a high there. I'll put it just above this guy here, and then I take it down there, and it gives me 150 pips. I still find on the NAS 150 is because of the jumping around. I like a minimum 200 pip. So if it's 300 pip, I might question doing it. But if you put it there, it should be okay. But be safe, put it 200 pips above. So what you need on this one here is 200 pips. So you shouldn't be going in without a stop. But let's say just over 12.2, say 12.250, something like that. Which now you're talking there about $20, which is about 350 rand. You get the idea for 1 micro. And that you need a 5 grand account for. Good, that's great, great fun. At least we have some good news on that. Yeah, I did quickly. I'm just going to go back to LUV, LMN. Here we are. Yeah, yeah, would be, but the stop is 41.20, I think. So I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, 41.20. So I'm sticking with it. But that's why you work it out, and it might come off. Wouldn't panic at the moment. The Dow's come off a bit, but Dow's just come off, jumping around. It might come right. You got your stop loss. That was a strategy. Up to you if you want to close the loss, but don't bug around your stop loss away, only towards. Remember that. So I would suggest just hold 5 on that one. Okay, it might come right. And if it doesn't, well, obviously worked it out. You can handle it. Okay. That's the whole point of a strategy. The nerves knock you out the strategy. I've done this a little bit now, actually. And you get a bit nervous, take it, and then the damn thing goes in your right direction. You get annoyed with yourself. I am happy with that. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. All right, okay, so unless you think sees differently, I think we should maybe leave shares alone for the moment. And I think we should leave the US dollar alone for the moment, because something else is coming out at 5, the PMI is coming out at 5, non-farms tomorrow, and on the DXY, it's now just taken out 105 to the downside. I'll put it up for you guys again, so you know what I mean. Give me a moment. Okay, I'll do what I'm at. I'll do the economic one as well. Keep that handy as well. Don't forget, if you want to put more stuff in it, you can filter it. That's just mine, okay? So there you are. Keep that handy for you. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you might come right. That's the idea of having a position size you can mentally handle, so you don't get into panic. And that's what happens if you're overexposed, in constant panic. And that happens to all of us by pressing the wrong button. We call that fat finger. So I say, by the way, that's a fat finger. Don't take it as a personal attack on the physicality of your finger. It's known the trader's fat finger. When you're meant to put in 10, you put in 100 or something. Okay, so unless you want to take a look at a share of US dollar, I'll do absolute pleasure. Of course I will. But I think I personally am thinking I'll avoid him at the moment. They seem to be doing funny things. Let's go back to the pound dollar might be coming off now. Shouldn't be. Should be continuing up according to DXY. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, it's got even worse. So that's thank goodness for the stop. There you are. Irritating hits you stop and then comes streaming down. But this time you're glad for the stop. Kicked me out at 40, and I'm glad I didn't play around with it. So some you tempted to. There you are. It's the dollar's doing its thing. Probably the same with the euro. 1.05. Remember, it was just below parity not so long ago. Hey, that's volatile. Look what it was. This is where September, October, November, 2.5 months. It's gone up just under 1,000 pips. Unbelievable, eh? Good way to know that as well, because that teaches you respect the market. That's a lot. And, you know, if you got in then and went on holiday and came back, you'd made enough money to go back on holiday. But if you hadn't, oh my goodness, you get the idea. Great. Okay. Right. Okay. Got a few new guys, and you guys just joined. I don't know how experienced you are, sir, but the trading room, just to explain quickly, you can post on the chat line. You can unmute and chat. It's like a forum where we interact. We can ask questions, look at trades, etc. Sometimes you get plenty of trades coming out. I've had 7, 8 in a session sometimes. Other times diddly squat, depending on the market. It's very important that you do interact with us. We're all like trying to pull together here, as I say. So if you're not sure of something, ask. Okay. What else? Yeah. So any questions on the markets themselves? You know what those brown blue lines are, or the position size calculator? You must have all these. You've got to have that position size calculator. This is an absolute must. If you don't know the volumes, you're driving blind. Very dangerous. You must have this. Okay. If you haven't, get not on your phone, on your laptop. Go to what you call it, the live chat, and go to tech support. And they'll get it on your laptop for you. Not much, Koenig, not much, so don't panic. Just welcome a couple of new guys coming on. Okay, remember it's a trading room. We clarify, we assist, we work out strategy, discuss trades. It's not a training room. If you don't know anything about the markets, you've got to go and basically buy a course or do something to get those basics, okay? This is for people who've got the basics and want to come in and trade and curse and sweat when it doesn't go your way and get some moral support, eh, guys? Get my point. And we learn stuff. Okay, but I can't teach unless you would ask and interact. Please do. We won't laugh. If I don't know, somebody else will help you. We all started. Remember that somewhere. Okay. All right. Right. The euro dollars take 1.05. Leave it alone. Don't try and get cute so high might come off. Leave it alone. It's there's no just leave it alone. Can't call it. Okay, CHFJPY. Right, I will discuss that. We had a trade out. Okay, Zeph, I understand you got stuff to do. Fair enough. Okay, now I mentioned just now we got in this morning at 144.50. Nice to pick on something that's doing well, eh? And good luck on the AUDNZD. Quite right. Cheers. Okay, it came off a bit and bounced up, so I think it seems to be doing okay on the upside. What do you think about modifying the stop to 144.50, which is our entry? Do you guys think it's a good idea? I think I might do that myself. What do you reckon? Think it's too soon? 30 pips behind the market? What do you reckon? Like the idea?
I can see it's still very volatile.
Yeah. Do you want to leave the stop then, and maybe if it takes out 145-ish, then move it? Is that what you reckon?
That's what I reckon, yeah.
Yeah, I might okay, I'll leave it. I might go along with that. If it starts coming down to 144.50, I might get a bit nervous then, to be honest, but okay, let it run. I don't want it to jump down and then go screaming up again. Okay. Happened with the US dollar yen, by the way. Modified, kicked out, and it's screaming up. You're happy to profit. First person was happy to profit. I thought everybody was greedy and wanted more. I know what you mean. I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. You've been trading long enough now, Petra, to get a bit nervous. These jumps, you might as well take it. But I still say try and get to have the habit of getting it out too quickly. I mean, you take 20 pips here and 30 pips here and 20 pips there, and you've still got 3 winning trades. Then you get a loser, and it completely damages your account because you lose 80 pips on the loser. So that one loss wipes out 3 winners. So, you know, try to find some of the wins if you can, and maybe modify stop or something, I don't know. But it is nerve-wracking. And that's what, oh, great, I've got a bit of profit. Take it before it's taken away from me. Well, it's a loss. I'll hang on till it comes right. And that's how mostly people lose. Incorrect position size, holding onto the losses, moving stocks out of the way, hope it's going to come right, taking the profit too quickly. We tend to run with our losses and grab our profits too quick. It should be the other way around. Easier said than done, I know. It's such an emotional game. Is it now? When I hear this kind of news, I don't want to say, oh, that trade's doing badly. Well, I don't want to hide from reality and he's saying that, but that's good news. EF. What did we get in at? 91, I think it was. Where is it? FTSE. Where is it written down? Where is it written down? Here we are. 75.91. Yeah, it's doing okay. I wouldn't say it's doing fantastically, but it's certainly doing okay. So that's good news. The CFJ3Y is doing okay. Just the one, unfortunately, the pound on the dollar. I'm a little bit annoyed with myself. I'm sorry about that, guys. You took it on faith because looking back, maybe with the dollar being a funny bugger at the moment, maybe I shouldn't have done it. But no, I did, so I did. I do apologize. But ask your money back, they ain't going to give it to you. What is this? That's the point, because it's quite a short-term one. What is the TP? 75.37. My goodness, you might be right. Paoli, you might be right. Because we didn't get it too wide with these funny markets. That's pretty good, yeah. That would be pretty good news, wouldn't it? That would really cheer us all up. Cheer me up, anyway. Okay, I've stopped out the F stock as well. I didn't lose on it. It was in profit, but it was doing well. But anyway, it stopped me out as well. Never mind. At least I didn't lose. What's this love doing now? It's coming off a little bit here, Anne-Marie. It's coming off a bit. I said we mustn't touch shares, but maybe change your mind. Maybe you don't want to miss out, eh? What's Microsoft doing? What's the NAS doing before we get too cute? No, I think we'll just give it a miss. Okay, hi, Mika. If anyone here wants to do a trading course as one, oh, that's correct. Yeah. If you, I'm telling you right now, seriously, guys, if you want to be a doctor and you haven't studied, you're gonna have a problem. Trading, you're gonna have a problem as well. You've got to have some knowledge. I mean, I don't sell them, but Mika works. If you're looking at a trading course, send you a WhatsApp or Mickey, you can speak to the person, but seriously, don't try trading. You don't know what you're doing. No, got to get the basics. Have to. Okay, Mika. The 20% override, you can send to my favorite charity, okay? But joking apart, yeah, please don't even think about trading if you don't know what you're doing, Okay. Right. Anything else I'd like to look at? Is it pronounced Mika or Micah? I think it's Mika. I'm right.
It's Mika.
Mika, so I'm right. Good. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay, great.
All a naughty Mika.
That's funny.
Okay.
Quite a clever move, my dear.
Okay. I didn't hear the question.
Okay, was you two sorted out? I'm just going to have a quick look at a couple of things. NZD-CHF. Yeah, please, guys. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm saying for your own sake, don't even think of trying to trade. I know a few guys have come in to this without, don't be rude, and ask their elbow, don't knowing it, and wonder what's going on. And it's not done themselves any favors. Okay, right, that's been stopped out. Got to 0.6. Okay, so that's not so good. Pretty strong, the NZD at the moment, isn't it? Surprisingly so. We should, that's a good point. On the daily, I mentioned this morning, taking that open up here technically, maybe we should look for a buy on this one. And if you're on the dollar, maybe it's overcooked anyway, chicken out a bit. Now this would have been a nice one. See what I mean? If you look at the hour one, going back how many hours now? 4 o'clock, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. Yeah, around about this time this morning, around about these levels here. Yeah, you've been up about 60 pips. I'm tempted to put that out to the guy and say, what about this for a buy? Because certainly technically it was a buy. I just nervous this dollar. Thought it was overcooked, but obviously not. Yep, men with the brawns, women with the brains. Eh? As I said to my wife, you've got the brains, I've got the good looks. Eh? What do you think of that, ladies, eh? Poor old non-existent wife is certainly coming with some stick, eh? Here's something else, by the way. So not talking about the dollar. This is something else I think is a possibility we could get in around about there and put a line in there. There we are. And it coincides here. We think at least coincides, not totally on its own. It coincides support there. If that come down to these sort of levels, looks like it's on its way there. Maybe by Monday, you might get a chance of buying that. Keep an eye on that. But at the moment, I wouldn't touch it. The dollar's still coming off. Amazing how fall in love, fall out of love. Everyone's in love with just a month ago with the dollar. Now everyone wants to divorce the poor bloody currency. Even Tesla's doing well. Remember, I said don't go for it. Bloody God, you didn't. Hey, that would have been happy chappy. Look at that. Look at that gap opening. Remember, I've mentioned before, it's called a beta stock, which in the high beta stock, sorry. Outperforms index, one of the more volatile ones on there. If that slips back below the 50, you get some strength in that dollar. I reckon that's a super short, a super duper short. Okay, come on, guys, help me out here. I hate these sort of trading times when the fundies rule the roost and it sort of ties their hands behind our back. Yeah, in my opinion, that's not doing too bad. I guess it's going in the right direction. That's something. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I think we'll leave shares, leave the dollar, and leave the indices alone. When I say index, I trust everyone knows what I'm talking about. Index is a basket of shares, okay, like an ETF, electronic trading fund. Not like one, exactly what it is, actually. Not like one at all, it is that. Okay, right, fire some questions. Cheer me up. You're going trading. I like that one, yeah. You know that expression, I'm going fishing, or he's going trading. I'm afraid I agree, Connie. I agree.
I looked at the graphs now on the DXY.
Yeah.
And I think there's a good possibility that it will go first down to 104 before it will start strengthening again.
Okay, I've just put in the daily. I've got the hours. Give me a moment to put in the daily. Yeah, I don't see any technical support. Remember, when I say support technically on the chart, this is a tradable instrument. I've asked a couple of times will we get it, and I think it's got forgotten about. Anyway, we don't have it on the MT5, but it is a tradable instrument, and I think it seems to be heading its way down there. The only thing might stuff it up is tomorrow's non-farms jobs report. You know, that could have anything could happen then. But apart from that, it seems to be quite right on its way down there. And I you know, I'm not subscribed, but I get reports from a lot of analysts, and a lot of guys said when it was about just under 106, said probably come down to 105.50, or it could even get to just around that 105, and then expect a decent bounce. Well, even in these guys, and they paid millions to know what's supposed to happen. And even they seem to be at the moment getting a bit sort of optimistic on the dollar. Because remember, it's very much a safe haven. And people, well, normally like it, but it looks like it's coming off. Although I have to be honest, it has been a bit overvalued in the past few months, in my opinion. But clearly, I don't think it's undervalued at the moment. Anyway, I think 104 seems likely. So be careful of that dollar buying at the moment. And I don't know about you, finally. I think it's a bit too late to chase selling the dollar and buying the other currency. I'm not sure I'll be chasing it here.
I think the only possibility maybe is to look at euro dollar, but it's going to be a very high risk.
Yeah. You see on the weeklies, the weekly could get quite a bit of resistance. And remember, it's a heck of a downtrend here. To say the euro's been pretty weak, dollar's obviously been pretty strong. The non-farms could kick it through there, but apart from the non-farms, yeah, I'm not sure I'll be chasing it here. How far away is that? 20 pips. No, we'll be chasing it here. What I've just thought of as you're speaking there, it might be a better opportunity, is selling it against a strongish currency like the Swiss franc, a stable, strong currency. But then again, that's gone technically into sell zone. The problem is right bang on resistance at the moment. So will it force its way through? Will I be chasing it now? Probably not. But if I wanted to sell it, I'd rather sell against a strong one like the Swissy, around about these levels. How far away is that? Yeah, if we can pop up to this level here, I think, and the dollar's still weakish, that would be a better opportunity to sell it. I feel I'm almost swearing now. Sell the dollar. I remember the days of the COVID, the NASDAQ. Sell the NASDAQ, you're out of your mind. Sell the dollar. But I think it's come to the stage I might just do that. But not at the moment. I think we're chasing it. Okay, that's my opinion anyway. S&P. Well, we got a short on that. So it's not looking, not ugly, but it's not looking pretty. 40.71, still 20 pips in the red. 4.1 might hold. It's got a bit of problems here, which our stop's up here somewhere. Where's our stop? S&P, come to me. 40.70. This can't be. 4.170. Got the thing written down wrong. Sorry, 4.170. So the stop is, yeah, about here, out the way of these guys and out the way of this oak here. So yeah, I'm sticking with it. And yeah, now you're talking about, do you want to enter it now, Schiffer, I presume? I'm just very nervous indices at the moment. Yeah, right, Lorenzo. I'm sticking with the trade, but I'm nervous of going in now, even though you can get a better price. I'm not confident what this dollar's doing. Oh, you're in, I'd hold it. It's only 20 pips, I wouldn't panic on it. Yeah, okay. But there's a heck of a lot setting itself up, I reckon, for some great bargain hunting. So I'm hoping next week we're going to do pretty damn well. When these sort of things happen, it does give opportunities. It takes away one hand, gives to the other. So maybe we'll get some decent, half a dozen, maybe 10 or so winning trades. It's happened before, we'll do it again. But yeah, Schiffer, I wouldn't get out of it, but I'm not sure I'll be entering now. Gonna put a trend line in. It's not a great one, but I'll put one if you like. See what happens there. Something like that. So it's sort of a trend line there. The 50. That's all right. But I think you're right, finally. It's still coming off. Looks like it's heading for 104, right? Is it? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Yes, it's holding. Now it's got a dip below the round figure. And this is a weekly, and that weekly it's holding on the 50 week. Get it. Take it, Mika and everybody, you got the 50 and the 200. Because you should do okay what you're doing, because you know a bit about trading. Other guys trying to sell this don't know a lot about it. So you should do okay with it. That's good news, finally. Oh, look, gold. I'll be honest, that not saying you should short it, but A, it's tempting, hey. I'm not sure that's going to survive, but we'll get cute with it. But I have a funny feeling that might hold a pretty strong area to attract some sellers. But yeah, I'll give it a miss because of the reason I gave, but I think this is set where it's overbought. Okay, so the few setting up for going into Monday. I'm a bit nervous about tomorrow. By the way, if I find one, I'll send it out, but on the MT5, you won't get one tomorrow. We very rarely send out a signal on payrolls day. Okay. And if you've got money, a bit of experience, you want to trade the non-farms, just do the buy stop, sell stop above and below the market, and just hope you don't get a whiplash. Okay. I'll tell you now, $40. So we got to stop at 4,120. So you want to chase it now. Your risk is only $1.20 per share, which is all right, yeah. Whatever that's in around, eh? It's gone up to about 18, it's about 20 around a share. Yeah, let's see 820, but I'm not sure it's going to stay at this stage. But anything could happen with the non-farms coming out. But I think it might get some noise, some sellers, profit taking around about 1800. But if it breaks 1820 the next year, I'm too scared to buy it now. I'm certainly a bit too scared to sell it. So yeah. HBQ, I don't know if you're still in it, seems doing quite well. That's definitely profit if you're still in it. But yeah, going to Monday, I think if the dollar doesn't get much stronger, this is, I think, is a good opportunity here to sell this one. And then we can take it down here somewhere. Plenty of downside. Yeah. Signal for you. What are you talking about? Ah, I can't believe it. One of the clients, unless you're on here, are you on here? That coincidence is beyond belief. Marcus. No, you're not on here. Wow, just sent me an idea for a signal. We've just been talking about this one. Selling at 93.77 where it is now, stop loss TP. He's just sent that through to me as we were speaking about it. He's not even in the trading room. What an amazing coincidence. I'm going to put back, I like it, but I'm nervous of the dollar. I like it, but nervous of the USD. It's amazing, that, eh? Okay. Ford investing £150 million, okay, to boost electric vehicle parts output from UK plant. Okay, thanks for that, Marius. Might have a bit of a movement on it. But anyway, I'm stopped out of that now. Didn't lose on it. Made a couple, but not much. Modified the stop to just in case, just as well. But yeah. Does not attract me to buy it, by the way. I think I'll just leave that alone. Nothing shouting me with much confidence at the moment on this trading. Chef JPY is below entry. Is it shot off then? What are you talking about here? Oh no, it's come shooting back again. bloody thing.
Glad we didn't change the stop loss.
Well, might have, maybe you should have, because if it comes on down, we can, from a break even to a loss. Actually took it out, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, it might have been a good thing. Oh, bloody hell. It was up about over 80 just now and rising all over the place. Anyway, I'm leaving the stop. Well, let's see what happens. I've got the right position size. It's not going to crucify me, get stopped out. Solid. Just a bit annoyed. I'm used to getting winning trade after winning trades by the company, and this is not good. Not that. Well, we've got a couple of good ones. You know, GBP USD was a baddie. NZD CHF was a baddie. But so we'll see how the others carry on. Okay, this is doing so well just now. Anyway, it's bouncing. Quite right. You're honest. Yeah, bouncing. Might go back up again. Good. Hopefully. Yeah, 20 rand a share is your risk. Sorry, so if you want to do that, where's LUV doing now? Because you were talking about that one. Yeah, if you want to chase it, LUV, it's popped its head. That's the only problem into the buy zone. That's making me a bit nervous on a technical basis. If you want to chase it now, 1 rand 20 bucks a share. Yeah, 20 rand a share. Okay. Well, anyway. So if you want to join it there, it's 41.20. It's your stop loss. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. If you want anything to add value, if you want to ask anything, look at something. Obviously, more than willing, but I haven't got any trade ideas at the moment. I'm confident of chasing. Well, I have to say, Mark is saying that through, Durant. I do like the look of this. If we think it's going to go down to 104, that's quite a strong opposition. So I wouldn't mind selling against that. You seem to be doing okay. I'm not. No, I'm nervous of it. Do it if you want. If you must do the dollar, this is the one in my opinion to sell. Okay. Let's look at CAD JPY. What about this guy? Yeah, we might get this. We might get this. It's getting there. Aha. If we got the CAD JPY, see if we can get this one. What I would suggest now, we've got another 20 minutes, just give a few more minutes and see if the 101 round figure holds, and then maybe buy it. I think that would be a reasonably good opportunity. Okay. Anyone, any comments on that? What I've just said? I think it's a good opportunity might be coming. It's not a dollar, remember, it's Canadian.
Can you change it to the 30 minutes? Let's see, please.
John didn't tell me much, that. Doesn't tell me a hell of a lot. Look at the 15. Not telling me a hell of a lot. Look at the hour. No, it's come off, we know that, so it's not telling me a lot either. Not pretty. This is the problem. On the daily, it is not pretty. The whole candle's open below the 200 in the sell zone. That is not pretty. What is pretty is on the weekly. Okay. So the 101 holds, I think we could get some upside here. And if we want to do the risky one, never wide stops out the way, maybe we can do the stop down here at 60 pips without getting too cute on it. Maybe 140. If you see what I'm thinking, nothing more complicated than that. It's not holding. See, try to bounce. Not much happening. Just the momentum's still pretty strong at the moment. You've got to. I think we'll be cautious here. I'll wait for confirmed bounce. Even have to go 20, 30 pips up. It's got plenty of potential upside. Be careful. But this, I think, is waiting for some bargain hunters to get it. Well, I don't. Lucky Petro. I think it's probably a skill on your part. Johnson, I think you're taking to this like a duck to water. You're really doing about a month. See that? Seem to be doing okay. Born to trade, as I say. Now, I'm just going to find come back. Keep an eye on that one. Right, is any recovery on the other one? Good for you.
Yes.
Don't let me bloody down now. Hey, Fanny, don't let me down. you see, guys, what I'm getting at here, with all the expertise and experience and knowledge in the world, you know, there are times when you think, well, what's going on here? That's right. Keep your sense of humor as well as your position size correct, and then you come out smiling, theory.
If it's not holding, I know I have a discussion with Mr. Whiskey.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Whiskey.
Oh, Mr. Whiskey, yeah. But one thing about it might be expensive, but at least the blue label is the color of blue, which is the color of profit. That's one way to look at it, hey.
Agree, but I need a lot of profit to buy that blue.
I tell you what, yeah. To be honest, I've never had it. I don't mind the odd whiskey. I'm not a connoisseur on it. I remember I was in Scotland. They're waiting my reaction. I had one of these fancy, unpronounceable single malts. It wasn't Glenlivet or Glenfiddich. That's one of them. It was in Troon. And no ice or anything like that. In South Africa, we used to having ice in the damn thing. You know, can't put in ice. That's like being an axe murder, putting the ice in it. That's not the about it. And I had to look really appreciative. I mean, I thought, well, tastes like whiskey, you know. I didn't really. It was wasted upon me. So yeah. So I've never tried Blue Label. And you put a bandage on my face and a bandana on. If you put a red, a black, or a green, or a blue, or whatever, I'm not sure I know much difference. I once went first class, just bumped up to first class, and then you had Black Label to serve. It's part of the deal when you go first class. It tastes just like the normal whiskey to me. Going back to what you're saying, sorry, Farney, just as well as it turns out, we didn't modify. I'm glad I took your advice. Thank you. And I didn't on that. I was a bit hesitant on it. I didn't. I mean, pity we stopped out.
No, great stuff.
Yeah. Should talk about whiskey. This guy I knew in Sun City. We got a bit pissed one night showing off drinking the Johnny Walker Blue. This is about 20 years ago, when you could buy a house for about 100 grand in those days. You know what I mean? Leaving Sun City is billed for he's signing for the thing like an idiot. His bill on leaving for that was for one night of hitting this stuff was 3,000 rand. Now 3,000 rand, this is 20 years ago, it's probably about 7,000-8,000 a day. He was not a happy chappy. And he didn't get much help from me either, because I burst out laughing. So I wasn't very sensitive to his financial quagmire. Okay, well, anyway, it seems to be maybe it's got to get up to 145. No, I'm definitely going to move the stop. We might get a bit of profit taking. It was 145. Yeah. Okay. What's that dollar doing, by the way? Is it still coming off? Yeah, it's still coming off. I think you're right. 104 is coming in. Okay, there's not much more I can add on that. The only one I'm really keen to try and get a hold of is CAD JPY. I must admit, I do quite like it. For aggressive trade, what do you think? GBP note. What do you think about that? Let's go to this one quickly for you guys. Don't forget, if you want to ask me anything off trade, not off trade, sorry, off the actual trade, some stuff on the charts or what the DXY is, anything like that, you haven't already got it, just ask me and I'll point in the right direction. Let's go nowhere, but that doesn't surprise me. Yen's quite strong, the pound's quite strong, and then they're both a bit iffy. Yeah, that does not surprise me. That was a bit of a range trade job, that, if you had the nerve to do it. Not would be my first choice, put it that way. I'm looking at a bit of a possibility of downside on this one. I think this is overcooked. Gets a very strong, stable currency. It's gone up altogether, not such a long period of time, 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or whatever. Yeah, 1,400 pips. So I'm expecting there might be a bit of a pullback here somewhere. Here's another one to keep an eye on. Okay. So we get it. There's quite a few out there waiting to get the confirmation. And I think a couple of loser ones are going to get 5 or 6 winners to make up for it. So that should be good. So coming back, Tom.
Sorry, I think let's. I'm interested in that CAD JPY because looking at the Brent price went up today quite a couple of dollars.
Yes, it did indeed. Yeah. I'll tell you what, put in the day and tell you exactly what went up. Yeah, it's gone up. It's literally a couple of dollars, $2, just over $2. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's one of the ones going to hold. Plus, it's got a bit of a backup on the weekly, not maybe on the daily, on the weekly, a bit of a backup of this guy here. Anyone and feel like an aggressive trade to end the evening? Wish Anne-Marie was still in here. I wanted a nice sort of stable thing. R&R, that's the answer to that one. Good enough. Don't want too wide a stop. If you think it's a bit tight, tell me. Don't want to get, sorry, 0.4, beg your pardon. Don't want to get too cute with this one. Maybe take it back up there. 104. It's a hell of a long way. Why not, though? If it goes back, it's a good chance of getting there. Why not? Why not have a decent sized target? It's a hell of a risk reward, though. 4 to 1, eh? But yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't get there. You stopped out there, a couple hundred pips. You're not going to throw custard pies at me, are you? I must admit, yeah, I think the one one's going to hold. What do you think, guys? Do you want a wider stop? Do you want a wider stop? Maybe make it 99.90 or something. What do you want to do? Okay. You trade before that break. That seem to know what's going on. Not a bad idea. 99.50. That's quite a wide one. That is very wide. You see what I mean when you see the risk compared to $90. It's $200 a micro. It's the only thing. Maybe 99.90. What do you reckon?
Yes, 99.90.
Still a pretty good risk reward. 160, $10, that's doable. What, sorry, $9 a micro, that's doable. For our dollar friends. I must admit, I'm liking this actually.
Okay, traders, I'm in.
Okay, anyone to join us? Anyone join us? Good, a few people. I'm definitely getting this down. See if that can do any good. Just a second, send it to the company. If they agree, I'll send it out to you guys on my WhatsApp. moment. Send it through.
Great. At least the S&P move in the right direction.
I've been to like you, farm. That's what I want to hear. I'm like a typical dictator. I only want to hear good news from my generals. Hey, hey, we're in profit. Hang on a minute. Do I see this color blue? I'm in the shake. I hope it's not because I need the whiskey. Hey, the DTs. They're doing cozy. I've just printed it as a chart picture like that. I usually copy and paste, and then if it's okay, I'll put below it, suggest a buy, around or better, stop loss TP, and that sort of stuff.
Rod, the FTSE is doing very well. I suggest we can move the stop loss.
Bloody hell, I think you should do my job, mate. This is music to my ears. Just going to get this out of the way. Right, 56. Yeah, because we're around the corner to getting it. 37's our TP. 91. That's, yeah, I think so. Yeah, modify to entry. Modify to entry. Then we can't lose in the trade. That's the general idea. That's what we want to be looking at. I agree. So, guys, in the FTSE, modify to entry. Unless your entry is about 75, 60, then you can't. You've got it at 91, which is the, well, what I thought was the correct one to do. Then you can modify it to entry. Can't lose, and see if we hit the TP on this one. The S&P coming off. As I say, normally they follow the Americans. If that comes off, that should follow it. And look at the NAS as well as we speak. It's nice to see a bit of blue on them now, making up for a couple of losers we've had. Gap's taking out 12,000, so we might get some pullback on this. Excellent. LUV's coming off as we speak, they've got in their knowledge. So put Anne-Marie a bit more of a smile on the face, getting a bit nervous. Looks like it might come right at the end. Yay, look a bit prettier. What about CHF JPY? Get a smile on the face. No, don't spoil the party now. What's it doing? Battling to get going, but it seemed to be holding on the 15-minute. Hey, well, in hope. Yeah, so maybe that'll come right. No, not too bad. Not too bad after all the moans and groans, well, particularly from this whinging bomb here. Well, what some SA now. Even a euro dollar, I'm tempted now. Maybe sell that. No, don't get cute. But I think that's going to come off. Gold 1800 is holding. Might not want to go in the gold one just after what we've been through, especially no, with the non-farms come tomorrow, maybe miss out on that one. Okay. And that's starting to come off as well, but I wouldn't play with that again though. We've been bugging around with that one. Cat JPY is doing this thing. Hey, it's already in profit. If gold does not hold 1800, we can look at buys on Nasdaq down. No. The other way around, Brady. Gold doesn't hold. I think you can sell the Nasdaq down. If you got the top, I don't know what money you got. If you got less than £5,000, I wouldn't be touching those two. If you got £5,000, if you got, in fact, you've got £2,500 or more, Brady, and you want to be a member of the group, you can certainly do that, unless you already are. I'm not sure if you are or not. But you've got less than 2.5, I wouldn't touch those two. Too volatile. But if you've got, I'll put my WhatsApp number in case anybody there's got £2,500 or more, and they can just WhatsApp me their details, and then I'll upload them. But 2.5 minimum. Okay. Okay, so £2,500 upwards. If you want to be a member of the QT group where you get signals, etc., and updates morning wise, there you are. You still there, Petra? Very quiet. Anyone like this cat JPY there? Eh?
Yes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might actually do pretty well. Fingers crossed.
Roger, with your experience, is silver also following the
Oh,
dollar
yeah.
index the same
Yeah.
way as gold?
Yeah. Exactly the same, yeah. Of course, it's not the same commodities, so slight differences in properties, so to speak, but it's almost a forgotten poor man's gold trader, basically. But the NASDAQ seems to be quite sexy. People like it. Same with gold. Well, silver's often one sort of forgotten neighbor, if you like, but not the same. It's not like WTI and Brent, which are both oil, okay? But are a lot of similarities. Yeah. Very much so, yeah. An alternative to gold, if you like.
Thanks. And platinum?
Completely different. And I hardly ever trade platinum. The problem with platinum is it's a very high, there we are, very high deposit margin. Sure what I mean? All right, I'm on a 500 to 1, but if you're on a normal 100 to 1, it's about 12% margin. The gearing's only about 8 to 1 leverage. Means you need a decent sized deposit to get in, and so because of that, I don't actually bother with it much. Been out of touch. Last time I traded platinum, I think literally over 2 years ago. Better fish to fry with gold, you know.
Understand. At least then your money is not tied up in one trade.
That's the problem. I mean, if you've got a couple $100,000 in your account, you like platinum, you can bung in there. It's usually a bit slower as well, and let it run like NGAS or something like that. But if you're tight for cash and it's sitting there or going to the right volume, you've got to use too much free margin up, and then you've got little left going elsewhere. So that's why I usually say, guys, better fish to fry. Jack, right, so the company's happy, so I'm going to send it out. Okay. So give me a second. That's all right. So it's been posted on the group. So there we go. Thank you very much, Shifra. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you say anybody, we've got 2.5 or more, wants to join. It's 1:30 now, wants to join my WhatsApp group. It benefits you, I think it will. The other guys on it, so happy. So we'll take it from there. Yeah, I'm funny. I don't know. I'm a bit nervous, shares at the moment. Bit nervous to say the least. But yeah, I think I'm looking. I think the market has jumped around fundamentals, but we're not out of the problems yet. I still see sell the rally. We're not in a bull. We're still in an overall bear. Yeah, but I'm not confident. Non-farms coming to sell it, so I'm going to leave that in your capable hands if you want to do it. Okay, but I'm going to give that a bit of a miss. We did it pretty good last time around, and I think we'll get a better opportunity after non-farms. Maybe on Monday morning, something like that. Okay.
I agree. There's just too much unknowns at this point in time.
Yeah, we tried to get a bit cute with it yesterday, and it just turned around and stuffed us around. So I'm not going to play this game. I don't like getting losers out, and I've got a couple outs in the last couple of days. Well, I said some winners, but I don't like it. I don't take it well. What is meant to say? Losing is not an option, even that's part of the game. So I think I'm going to risk missing out and see if we can get some bargains again on Monday. But we'll chat again tomorrow morning, and we might find something that's not going to be affected, hopefully too much, by the non-farms. And we can certainly go over the trades we got and modify, and maybe have some valuable question answer sessions where we get some value out of it anyway. Those can join. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, interesting day. What else can I say? And yeah, catch you tomorrow. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for the contribution, finding all the others as well. Thank you. Cheers, guys.